Hello and welcome to a new video on the channel. I just want to apologise. I've had a busy weekend. This is end of Sunday now. But I've got some downtime now, so I'm going to make a video to go up later this week. Because I've not done one for a while, and as I say, I'm in the last one. I am trying to make them weekly again now, when I can, if I can. Apologies for the lighting as well. As I say, I've got my curtains drawn. I usually do it during the day when there's still sunlight out, but it's pitch black outside at the moment, so I've put the light on, so the lighting's probably not the best. It could probably be better, but I had an idea for a video and I just wanted to pump it out and get people's thoughts on it. So this video, as you can tell from the title, are the films that always make me cry or at least tear up, and these films, every single time, some of them make me really cry and I lose it, which I don't do very often, but these specific films, just probably because I have quite a connection to some of them, yeah, or if they just make me tear up, and they're very emotional for some reason. There's quite a few here, so I'll get straight onto it because I don't want this video to drag. So I'll start with the first one, which is Armageddon. As a lot of people know, this is my favourite disaster film, but every time at the end of the film, when he, spoiler alert if you've not seen this film is at this point 20 something years old, 24 maybe, 23 years old, so spoiler alert. But the bit where Bruce Willis's character, I'm trying to look for his name, I don't know if they say what his character is. No, it doesn't say his name of his character on here, and I can't remember. But when his character basically makes the ultimate sacrifice and stays behind to blow up the asteroid, meteor, asteroid, yeah, obviously, and watching Liv Tyler, who plays his daughter, saying goodbye to him, and then just the whole ending. It's a very epic disaster film. It may be not the best made disaster film, but it is my favourite, and that bit always gets me teared out. Next up we have A Star Is Born. This is the 2018 version. This is the only one I've seen. But this film really did actually quite shock me in the cinema, because I obviously hadn't seen any of the others, so I didn't really know what to expect. I'd seen the trailer before going into it, so that was it. So when the ending came, and I'm not going to go into the spoilers because this isn't old, some people may not have seen this, but when what happened in this film happened, towards the end, it really hit me, because I didn't really expect it, and it is quite a difficult subject, but it just gives an emotional pact in the final song that she sings. It's just a beautiful film, and it makes me tear up every time I see it. Next up we have Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon. Yeah, this is the German import, hence why it says German words on the front. I've only seen this the once, but I absolutely love this film, and just the whole subject matter is quite sad. Towards the second half, again this is old, so I will spoil it, spoiler alert. I'm not going to go into huge spoilers, but basically Julia Roberts plays stepmom to Susan Sarandon's kids. She's remarried to her ex-husband, who's played by Ed Harris, and they don't get along, but something bad happens to Susan Sarandon's character, or she gets some bad news, and they kind of grow closer together and start to co-parent. And it's just the ending, especially the end shot when they're taking the photograph together. It's just really good, and it just does tear me up the end every time. Next up we have another German import, A Walk to Remember. Really didn't expect to love this film as much as I did going into it. I mean, it's not got great critic review ratings, but audience members seem to love it. It's just it's the ultimate like teen romance drama, I would say, for me personally anyway. Very sad ending. yeah, it's not an uplifting film by any means. But if you like your romance films, then yeah, it's a great one. But it does always make me sob, I should say. Not heavily, but it does make me sob. And then next up, another Nicholas Sparks one, The Best of Me. Again, don't really know what to expect, and because the relationship of the younger versions of the character is so strong, I think stronger than The Notebook, which I haven't actually included in this list. I may make a part 2 though. It just makes it even more impactful when what happens in the third act happens. As with Nicholas Sparks novels, they don't always have happy endings, but it's certainly an emotional film, certainly a very good watch. So again, like the last one, if you like your romantic films, if you like really good love stories, then I definitely would recommend that one, and it definitely makes me cry every time. This one's probably my ultimate romance drama, I suppose you should say. It's got two of my favourite actors of all time, my favourite actress, and probably my top 3, maybe 4 favourite actors, and that is The Bridges of Madison County with Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. Just the score sets me off every time at the end when she's in the car and it's tipping down with rain, just thinking about it, and it's tipping down with rain, and he just stands in the middle of the street as she just drives off in the car. She's got her hand on the door, deciding whether she wants to go or not, and she just drives off as he stands in the street. It just gets me every time. It's a beautiful film, really well done. It's just a beautiful love story. And if you've not seen it and you love these two actors, definitely recommend checking it out, but it will make you cry. Next one's probably no surprise because it is my favourite film, but that is Forrest Gump. It's just, I have a very strong connection to this film. There are multiple parts during this film that makes me tear up. Forrest's mum, the end, Jenny. Yeah, it's just it's a phenomenal film. If you've not seen it, definitely watch this. For me, it is my favourite film, but it is also regarded as one of the best films ever made. So yeah, definitely check this out if you've not seen it, because it is fantastic. Then we have Jersey Girl. Again, this is one that not everybody likes, but I really like this. It's about father and daughter and their relationship once the mother passes away, and this was the film that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez met. I was watching an interview with Kevin Smith recently for Clerks 3, and kind of sort of implied that he was one of the reasons that they met, because obviously he directed this film. And whilst Jennifer Lopez didn't have a big part, it was more Liv Tyler, who obviously, I think her and Ben Affleck went out. I know they did obviously Armageddon together, 2 films in one list with the same actors. But yeah, this is just a lovely film, and the ending always gets me. Next up is one of the most powerful performances, I'll be honest, I've ever seen. It really got me in the cinema, and I'm so happy that she won the Oscar for it, and that is Judy, obviously Renee Zellweger playing Judy Garland. Now, the film is good, but her performance is on another level. It's seriously, as I say, one of the best performances I've ever seen. She definitely deserved the Oscar. I honestly loved her performance in this film. She just really embodied Judy Garland, and she just gave it her all. And it's just the songs, especially the ending, because you know that this film is towards the end of her life, and she's really struggling, you can see in this film. And it's just a remarkable portrayal of Judy Garland. So yeah, that one definitely gets me every time. Next up is The Judge, which is a very underrated performance by Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. Very underrated film in my opinion. Obviously he did this in between Avengers films, and I don't think it was received that well. but it is a very underrated film. Got a fantastic supporting cast as well. You got Billy Bob Thornton, Vincent D'Onofrio, Vera Farmiga, Jeremy Strong. Great supporting cast. Beautiful score by Thomas Newman, and it's just a beautiful story. And just the ending, when they finally have bonded and forgiven each other's sort of. It just gives me tears every time. So yeah, that is The Judge. Next up is you're probably thinking is a bit of a weird choice, because of the nature of the film, but I will explain why after. It's The Last Samurai. Now I know you're thinking, oh, this is a war film, how is this emotional? If you've not seen this film, the ending is my favourite war film. The ending battle is just, it's epic, and it just is very emotional. Again, this is almost 20 years old, so I will, spoiler alert, when he dies in battle, he goes in and he does unfortunately die in battle. He just gives it his all, and he tries to take them down, and he gets as many as he can, and then he unfortunately dies. And Ken Watanabe as well is absolutely fantastic in this. You've also got Timothy Spall, Billy Connolly. Just a great film, and it gets me every time. Next up, we have another Clint Eastwood one, $1 Million Baby. Again, I've only seen this the once, but obviously if you've seen this film, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it, but the scene with the main character, what ends up unfortunately happening to her is just heartbreaking, and the decision that Clint Eastwood's character has to make, it just gets me every time. It's just a really emotional part of the film. It's an emotional film overall, and it's a phenomenal film, and it definitely deserved all the awards that it won. The next one is The Green Mile. Again, anyone that's seen this film knows what I'm talking about. The ending scene with John Coffey, it just breaks me every time. It's just a phenomenal film. It's very long. It's a phenomenal film, and I'm so happy to have this set because it is a great film. But yeah, the scene at the end, in the electric chair. I don't know if it is an electric chair or whether he had lethal injection. I can't remember now. But yeah, just gets me every time. And then one that is more than likely on everybody's list if they've seen it, for the reasons that you'll probably know from when I show the film, is Marley and Me. Obviously it's about dog. Anything with animals sets me off. The ending, I don't think I've ever cried this much in a film before. It's very emotional. It's a really good family film. But if you're a lover of dogs, maybe don't watch this. I don't know. It depends if you want to be wrecked or not. But yeah, this film will wreck you if you love dogs. So yeah, that is Marley and Me. Probably the saddest film I've ever seen. Well, not saddest. It's got the saddest part of a film I've ever seen, I should say. Don't want to make it sound unwatchable. But yeah, so that is my list of films that make me cry or sob or tear every time, and I'm chucking them away. There you go, all of them there. As I say, I might do a part 2 in a few months' time, but I'm not going to do them back to back. I want to space videos out. No more pickups. I've not had any pickups this month so far at all, and I'm not planning on getting any this month. I've slowed right down. So the videos will probably just be these types of videos. So if you're not really interested in them, I can only apologise. I will get back to pick up videos eventually when I start buying more, but at the moment I've kind of ceased buying for now because I've got too much to watch and not enough time. So, but yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded onto the channel. Comment down below anything and everything I get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment. Are any of these on your list? Would you add any to the list? Let me know down below and I'll get back to you. And that's it. So until next time everyone, take care. Goodbye.